Well, hello, everybody. So, I have decided to bring back my YouTube channel. So, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about real estate investing. That is something I have been doing now for a couple of years. And I'm really, really happy to be running the Facebook group, Lady Landlords, because I feel that there's so much information out there that we can either kind of get jumbled and a little bit lost in it, or we kind of really just don't know where to kind of get started. And I feel like that's what I've heard from a lot of people in the group. So I figured I would share a little bit about how I got started, and hopefully that can help somebody here, or at least be able to figure out the next questions of what you need to be able to ask to take the next steps in what you're looking to be able to do in real estate. So I guess where should I start here? Um, I never thought I would be in real estate. I never planned on owning a home. I never thought about real estate investing. I personally really like moving. I like travel. I like adventure. I like things that are very different. So to me, this was not something that I ever thought that I would end up getting into, which is kind of crazy that I absolutely love it now. But at the beginning, I knew absolutely nothing. This started because I was living with my then boyfriend, and he is an immigrant to the United States. He's from the Dominican Republic, and he's never really had like a home or like kind of a settled place to grow up in. And I think for him that was really important. He's a very stable person, likes very much routine and things that are set and stable. So he really thought it was important to be able to buy a house. So it was something that literally he was driving me nuts. He really, really wanted to buy a house. That was the most important thing to him. So I agreed and said, okay, if we're going to do this, if this is what your goal is, that's fine. I can get on board with that, but we're going to do it in a way that's going to make the most amount of financial sense for us. So we decided to buy a multifamily house. So that way we'd be able to have that income coming in. So a lot of people, the term tends to be house hacking, where basically you're living on one side of a duplex or some type of multifamily, and then you have other people renting towards, which then is paying towards your mortgage. So that way you get to live for cheaper or maybe even free. So that was actually how we first started. We decided to look for a property like that. We lived at the time in the Bronx in New York City, which tends to be a rather high cost of living, which is crazy. We actually lived in not exactly a nice area of the Bronx, definitely more of a C, maybe even D kind of class neighborhood. Um, but it fell under the category of kind of up and coming gentrification. So we felt honestly that it was a good place to kind of start to look. Um, Unfortunately, it ended up being a really difficult decision to be there. One, the first thing that we thought of doing, since once again I knew nothing about this, we actually went and tried to speak to a realtor and find out information from that person to learn about how to even buy a home, if what we were even able to spend on a home, all of those types of things. We had no idea. And being in such a busy area, no realtor actually wanted to work with us. Everybody was just like, no, call a bank, get pre approved, then we'll talk to you. We went through that. We got pre approved, which was helpful because I felt like we were able to get information that was useful to us about what even our budget would be, what an interest rate would be, what paperwork is needed, that type of thing. But realtors then still in that busy of an area still were like, oh, well, go find a home and then we'll sell it to you. Nobody wanted to really show us places. Nobody really wanted to help us figure out what was a good place to live in, what our payments would be like, which to me was crazy. I thought it was insane that somebody wouldn't want to help us like this. So there was probably one of the biggest steps that I felt we had to take, which was really going and looking for a realtor that would spend time with us. So I asked through referral to be able to find somebody that I was really going out and interviewing real estate agents to figure out who knew how to work with a first time home buyer, who knew how to work with somebody that was looking to house hack and to invest in property. And it took me quite a few realtors that I went through until I found somebody that would actually give me the time of day to sit down and talk to me about this stuff and numbers and what was really affordable for us and where we should really be looking and what was our best approach to be able to find a house in such a high cost of living area, but also such a high demand area. So it took me some time, but I finally found the right person. Like I said, it was really word of mouth of going through person by person by person until I found somebody that I was comfortable that really could answer my questions. And like I said, to me, the most important thing is getting a response, right? We're paying people to give us a service. So if they want that, they need to be able to call us back and really provide the customer service that we demand as a client. So we ended up working with that client, with that realtor, and that was actually how we got started in it. And we really relied on that person to put us in touch with the right other people. So we ended up going with a mortgage broker, even though, like I said, we had been previously pre-approved through a different bank. We ended up using a mortgage broker that our realtor had recommended, and it really helped. I felt like once we kind of were able to trust somebody, we were able to not necessarily need to know all of the information ourselves to be able to make the purchase, but we were able to trust in the fact that we had the right people that knew the information. And that was really how we were able to buy our first couple properties, was trusting the people that we were with to be able to give us the information we needed. So for those of you that are starting out, and I know a lot of people in this group are, I really do recommend making sure to kind of ask the right questions, and we could talk about that in a discussion below this, so feel free to leave comments. But I think it's really important to make sure to find the right players here, and that might be a mentor, somebody else that's bought properties before. That might be a realtor, like what was the situation for myself. It might be the mortgage broker first that you meet and are able to get pre-approved there, and then that puts you in touch with a realtor that really understands real estate investing and house hacking. So feel free to leave questions below. I'd be happy to answer any of them about my journey and my husband's journey into house hacking and real estate investing and anything like that. So ask away, and I will share another video with you guys about the next steps of what we did, coming soon. All right, bye.